Hello everyone, I'm Ankit and you're watching StudyIQ IAS English. In our today's video, we'll try to understand whether UPSC, the body which conducts exams for various posts in the union government, is it unfair or fair towards its aspirant? Now, why this question has come to my mind is because of a question that was asked in the parliament. Now, a BJP Rajya Sabha MP, Mr. Brijlal, who also happens to be a former IPS officer, he has raised a question in the parliament. He stated in his question that civil services aptitude test, which is one of the two papers in the UPSC prelims, it is a biggest barrier to diversity, and as a result it should be abolished, or at maximum it needs to be rationalized. Now, when such type of a question is asked in the sovereign lawmaking body of India, that is parliament, it brings matter to the focus of the overall world. First of all, since CSAT were introduced in 2011, there has been a larger debate whether CSAT actually negatively impacts students who come from Hindi background or rural background. So we'll try to ascertain whether there is merit in such criticisms or not. Okay, so this is the subject of our today's video. Now, the notes which I will be using in our today's video, in case if you want to refer them, you can do so by going to a Telegram channel called as ATS Live, and while you're at it, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel also. Okay, so let us first understand what is the UPSC Civil Services Examination. Now, UPSC, as I told you, is a central body which recruits people who eventually serve in different departments of the government of India as well as state governments. Now, the UPSC, it conducts civil services exam to recruit officers who are meant to hold Group A services in various forms. The most common services that are hired through this examination include All India services like Indian Administrative Service as well as Indian Police Service, and a central service known as Indian Foreign Service. So these are the primary three services. Beyond that, there are multiple service, Indian Revenue Service, Railway Service, etc., the posts for which are hired through the civil services exam. Now, presently this exam is divided into three different levels or three different tiers. In the first level, you'll have to appear for the prelims paper, where questions are presented to you in an objective manner, and here the questions are asked in form of multiple choice questions. And if you clear prelims, then you'll be subjected to the mains round of the exam. In mains round, you are given multiple papers where you have to answer subjective types of questions. And if you're good enough to clear mains examination, then you appear for the UPSC interview, which officially is called as a personality test. But the exam as such was not as simple as it was before. Let me tell you how UPSC used to conduct examination up till 2010. In 2010 or up till 2010, if you were an aspirant and you were giving UPSC prelims, then you'll have to give two papers. First paper was a GS paper, which carried 150 marks, and it asked questions related to subjects like polity, history, geography, economy, etc. Similarly, there was a second paper which was a subject specific paper, and here the candidates were given the choice that they could have opted one of any 23 options of subjects, and they could have given this paper which carried more weightage, that is double the GS paper weightage of 300 marks. Right now, what is important for you to understand here, in the GS paper, even questions relating to logical reasoning and mathematics were asked, but they were only very few in number. So that is why if you were an aspirant in 2010 hailing from a rural background or hailing from an Hindi background, you wouldn't be as disadvantaged as presently. And why am I saying many students are disadvantaged presently? It's because of the change in UPSC pattern that was implemented from 2011 onwards. Now, in prelims, a big change was made in UPSC. Now you are required to give two GS papers, GS paper 1 and GS paper 2, which is common to all the candidates who are appearing in the prelims of UPSC CSAT. Right? Now this GS paper 1, it consists of questions relating to current affairs and general awareness, might be relating to subjects like polity, history, economy or geography like before. But the second paper is called as CSAT, and the CSAT paper, it covers language aptitude, it tests your logical reasoning, and you are also required to answer questions relating to basic quantitative mathematics. Now, what you have to understand, the second paper is not a paper which carries weightage as far as deciding your cutoffs are concerned, because by nature CSAT paper is qualifying in nature. If you appear in UPSC prelims and if you want to qualify UPSC exam, you need to score at least 33% of the marks, that is out of 200, which means 66 marks in this paper to clear it. And if you don't clear it, then your first paper won't be evaluated. So if you don't clear CSAT paper, irrespective of how much marks you get in the first GS paper, you are not going to clear prelims examination. And that is why things are a bit more complex for aspirants right now. Why am I saying these changes were made? Now, first of all, you need to understand the UPSC incorporated in the central government at that time, which was led by Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. They made changes to UPSC hiring pattern, and they were made based on recommendations of several committee. First, there was a Civil Services Review Committee which was set up earlier under the NDA government headed by former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee under the chairmanship of Mr. Yoginder Kumar Alag. Now, Mr. Yoginder Alag Committee, in addition to the second ARC, Second Administrative Reforms Commission, which was set up during the UPA time under the chairmanship of Mr. Virappa Moily, and UPSC itself had recommended that you need to bring changes to UPSC pattern. So you must be thinking why the change was needed for UPSC questions. The reason was very simple. One of the main concerns that were raised earlier, that the previous pattern of paper that was in existence up till 2010, it weighted or it skewed more towards students who favored rote learning, and it did not test candidates' analytical abilities. So more analysis part was added to UPSC prelim, which means now candidates who are appearing for CSAT exam, they are required to answer questions based on their ability to comprehend the language, their ability to make logical reasoning, have analytical ability, solve basic maths related questions, and also interpret data as well as graphs. Right. So the intention of UPSC was to test the analytical skills of candidates rather than just testing how candidates are able to remember facts. And that is why this big change was made, and government in its defense has also defended this move. Government has repeatedly up till 2024 has stated that the pattern of civil services exam is designed in such a way that it gives equal opportunities to all the candidates. While on one hand, preliminary paper is by and large language neutral, and on the mains examination more candidates are disposed towards giving this exam in English language. So that is why by and far, according to the government, this exam presents equal opportunity to all the candidates. But is it actually the reality? Let us now find out. Now, there are many opponents also of the CSAT. People are of the opinion who are against introduction of CSAT is that by and large in the past few years, the difficulty level of this paper has increased despite the fact that it is just a qualifying paper, and only candidates who hail from solid science background like mathematics, graduates in science and engineering, they are the ones who are able to complete and give CSAT paper with relative ease as compared to people who are from humanitarian background, right? If you are from humanities background, if you have done your graduation in subjects like sociology, public administration, PSIR, you are going to face more difficulties when you come across CSAT paper. And I speak from personal experience. For example, I hail from engineering background. So for me, CSAT was not big a deal, but I can't say the same for my friends who were from humanities background, right? Now, additionally, many people have said that CSAT can only be attempted in Hindi and English, which means candidates who are from rural background, who are from marginalized areas and speak other language, they are automatically disadvantaged. And talking about Hindi, even though this exam is available in Hindi also, but many Hindi speakers have criticized the technical nature of questions. They've criticized the correctness of the translation of the questions. They have also stated that there is lack of such study material which are available in Hindi for CSAT aspirants. So what I want to say here, people who hail from science background, people who hail from urban background, they are automatically advantaged as compared to people who hail from rural background, who hail from non-Hindi speaking states, and they are automatically disadvantaged. Am I just, or is it just my opinion, or do I have a data to back it? I actually have a data to back it. Now just look at the table behind me. In the first table, I have tabulated the graduation background of aspirants versus the selections. And from this table, you can clearly see in the past few years, students who hail from science, engineering as well as medical background, they have qualified this examination in large number as compared to students who hail from humanities background. So from this data, what do you interpret? People who are from humanities background are only able to clear this exam about 10 to 15% in number as compared to the total selections, whereas the total selections actually favor students who hail from science background. And what is the reason behind it? The reason is CSAT. Similarly, what about Hindi aspirants? If the CSAT is available in Hindi and English, so don't you think the numbers of aspirants who are qualifying this exam based on English and Hindi language should be somewhat equal, right? But it isn't so. Why am I saying this? Just look at this data. Before the paper was changed, that is up till 2011, I have the data from 2005 to 2008. You can see from this data, approximately 12 to 15% of total selections were from students who appeared in Hindi medium of this exam, right? Now compare this data with the changes that was introduced since 2011. From 2011, after 2011, if you see the data from 2013, 14 and 15 onwards, you will realize the number of Hindi speaking aspirants, the qualifications have reduced drastically. So much so that it has reduced so much that even 4% average is not enough, which was about 12 to 15%. So the number of selections basically have reduced 3 to 3.5 times in number just because of the introduction of CSAT. So what does these two tables suggest you? These two tables suggest you that the opinion of the people that the CSAT exam invariably benefits students who hail from science background and urban background, English speaking background, that I want to say are advantaged in CSC. Okay, so we have concluded that UPSC is not as fair as you might have thought it to be. Now, this is reality, what I'm trying to tell you. Do you have to face the reality? Absolutely yes. So you have to be prepared in order to deal with such unfairness which comes as a structure of UPSC exam. So have you thought how will you clear this exam despite such disadvantage if you hail from different backgrounds? The answer is simple. Try to enroll yourself in one of the batches in StudyIQ. StudyIQ offers batches in English, that is in a bilingual format, in English as well as in Hindi. In all of these batches, in resolution foundation batches, we offer CSAT classes also. So if you're really serious about UPSC exam, you have to clear CSAT, you have to at least get 66 marks. But if you are not sure enough how to prepare for this exam, please do consider taking admission in one of our courses. If you take admissions in one of our courses in any of the language, we will ensure CSAT from our side and we will ensure that you get at least 66 marks in this exam so that you are able to qualify this exam. Not just CSAT, we also cover all the important subjects for UPSC. So each and every subject, including CSAT, will be covered in our foundation batches. To take admission, just go to our website. The courses are offered separately for students looking to give exams in 2027 as well as 2028. Before making the payment, if you add the code ATS Live, you are going to get maximum discounts on all the courses. So this is all from my side for today's discussion. I hope this actually opens your eyes and makes you understand that CSAT, although unfair, but it is necessary to clear this exam. And how will you get away with this fear of CSAT? By taking admissions in StudyIQ. Okay, so this is all from my side for today's video. In case if you want to download the notes so as to show others how unfair UPSC is, you can go to this particular Telegram channel. And this is all from my side for today. We'll meet each other again tomorrow. Please have a very good night.